We're going back live. Okay, this is Richard Provost and Mike McClure for Fight for Freedom. We got there's just a lot of suspicious shit going on with Facebook. Cause like earlier I tried to do a live. Are you still there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Let me see if this is gonna. Last time I was streaming, now it's doing it the fuck again, where it's not even streaming. Let me go to YouTube. It wouldn't stream. What the fuck? Let me see. Okay, so we are live on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube, but we're not live on Facebook.
You know what is transfer the format? I'm not worried about them, man. I mean, when they do what they're going to do, they got something to hide, and that's the fact. If anytime you suppress or oppress something, you got something to hide. So I'm not worried about them. So I'm not going to even sweat it, man. What is it going to do me any good to get, upset and worked up about it? I know how they are. I know the game they play.
Yeah, so it's not even broadcasting on Facebook. And I have it linked. So I just shared the link and
Oh yeah. A lot of stuff's popping off. A lot of helicopters and special forces getting in position for the second lockdown. I'm going to call that right before it happens. The Insurrection Act, you better look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. The Insurrection Act, like I was saying earlier, once it's put into play, that means they can suspend the First and Second Amendment rights of a civilian. And it could also be used another way too. They could take a civilian prisoner, which I hope. I know there's a lot of good military out there and stuff. I hope the majority of the military wouldn't do something like that. But if you go back in history, what has me concerned, go back in history during World War II or the Russian Bolsheviks revolution with what's his name, Stalin. He did the same thing to his people. So I'm hoping and praying that that ain't the case, but it's a possible scenario.
Fucking is. Who fucking knows? I'm coming to you. So I'm not giving Trump nothing, man. His shit's fake, man. He's a fucking pedo, bro. And that's, like I said, that's why they go over there. They go over there to mess with little kids. That's why, I don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is. And he doesn't, so.
He has a video with him. You sort of can kind of suspect. You can
there's flight logs, bro. There's flight logs. They only go over there for one reason. That's to mess with little kids. They don't go over there to play badminton. They go over there to mess with kids, period. Just like I said, it's like when you go to a movie theater. That's why you go to a movie theater to watch movies. There's no allegations. I mean, it would be, in a sense, allegations, but the matter of the fact is that was the only reason why they went over there. And so I guess in a sense it would be allegations and it wouldn't be allegations.
When I get into, heated debates on Facebook over political candidates, right? I'm neither Republican or Democrat. At first when Trump got in there, I was all for him. I admit that. But with the flip flopping going on, that threw up a red flag to me. First and foremost, I love my country. and a constitution. I believe in, the founding fathers' principle that made this country what it is, and it should be, but it isn't. It isn't because the career politicians. It don't matter. The majority of them, except maybe, for example, Christina Noem from South Dakota, the governor. She is a firm supporter of the Constitution. I can make, a good example of her. If they do a good job, I will speak highly and good about them. But if they do a bad job or they start flip-flopping, I'll point that out. I'll be like, hey, yeah, although, this political candidate did something good, they're doing these bad things as well. I was like, I don't really trust that. And I just tell it straightforward like it is. I mean, if I see something, basically BS, I'll point it out. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm a constitutionalist. I guess you would classify that as a libertarian. So I guess I'm a libertarian if you had to say.
Oh, shit, man.
As a libertarian, you look at people like Thomas Jefferson or somebody like that, he was pretty much a libertarian. He had I think one of those folks had a famous quote. It says, dangerous freedom or peaceful slavery. Well, what we're seeing now with the majority of people in the United States is people are sitting down, relaxing, and waiting, for the rule of law by the politicians for them to do something rather than people getting up, rising up, and actually abiding by the Constitution and reinforcing the Constitution principles. They're actually just believing the brainwashing and the hogwash that's put through the mainstream media and coming out of the politician's mouth. That's what they're doing. And it's sad. It really is. I mean, how can so many people, be programmed to think that way when, it's right in front of our faces? Our country, man, our country is being destroyed from the inside out and the outside in.
Well, I said we need to get through people's heads, okay? Trump did not file any fucking lawsuits. No, he did not. Mike, you seen the documents where they filed?
No, yeah, I seen it, and it didn't have that.
Didn't have
that sealed document stamp. Didn't have the time stamp. It didn't have all the signatures, so it's not a fully valid court document.
So what you're saying by partial? What would you say that? What was the term that you used? Saying they're trying to make it look like it was filed, but it's not.
Yeah, that gave you the illusion that, hey, put on the page that it's the actual document. But if you look at the fine print, if you yourself have been to the court or somebody that investigates and researches what law is and how it's supposed to work, then it has to have all those fine prints in there for it to be valid. If they don't have the stamp, the sealed document, and all the signatures and the dates, then it's invalid.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I was saying. I have court experience, bro. I've been through this. So what this means is, so what we're trying to break it down and say is basically this. It was a big lie that Trump filed any such lawsuits. They're basically dismissing fake lawsuits because basically also you're seeing him file multiple lawsuits at once. We're seeing this. Matter of fact, you can't do that. You have to, like when you file lawsuits, you got to wait for that lawsuit to be over with. And then when that lawsuit's over with, then you file another one. You see in Trump filing multiple, these supposed lawsuits. No, it doesn't work like that. No, you have a case in court. You have one case in court, not 20. So yeah, so they're trying to make it look like, because they put on the top of the petition like like it's been electronically filed through the mail. That's no, you don't electronically file that through the mail. You have to, the attorney has to go down in front of the circuit clerk, fill it out, sign it, she stamps it, seal of court, judge's signature. So what should be posted is so you get copies of the actual petition that's filed. They're saying that these are filed and they're not. So right there. So well, in other words, that means that voter fraud never existed. It's a big lie. So you still got people saying, "Oh well, these lawsuits are being dismissed. We're in trouble." No, it's fake. It's a hoax. Because the petition is common sense. There was no voter fraud that was involved. No, so it's one big fucking lie. And people are not. It's not registering in people's heads. Go ahead.
And like you said, they was in the wrong jurisdiction. So
that was on the Don Blank. That was the Don Blankenship versus Donald Trump Jr. He filed in a court in West Virginia, in a circuit court. Wrong jurisdiction. Donald Trump Jr. lives in New York. He has to file the lawsuit in New York. Court in New York, not in West Virginia. So when they file it in the wrong, when a case is filed, lawsuit or whatever is filed in the wrong court, it's automatically dismissed because it's in the wrong fucking jurisdiction. It lacks subject matter, it lacks personal jurisdiction, blah blah blah. It has to have all that. They all, you know what I'm saying? So so when Trump is filing these fraudulent, so basically, like, again, it's one big lie. Trump is not following. He has not filed any lawsuits. We got that attorney Bryan, civil rights attorney. He never filed shit either. It's against Jim Justice. The list goes on and on. It's all fake. People are like, "Oh yeah, Trump is the best president." Give me a break, man. Give me a break. We already proved that. We already did the video. Posted that. Well, in the video, we showed the evidence that the petitions were not filed. You don't get blank. There were blanks.
And also, to be fair, we're not giving Biden a pass either. Man, we know about his Rush or Chinese, his son with the Chinese situation with all that money and all that. So we're not giving nobody a pass if they're doing something.
Oh well, no, we're not
under the table.
Well, we're not letting Biden slide. Everybody's like, "Oh, you ain't exposing this guy." We've been exposing Biden forever. Talking about Trump, because I'm so tired of people saying how good president that Trump was. He was garbage. He didn't do anything. His executive orders didn't do nothing.
Now, if you want me to talk good about politicians, all right, I'll be fair about this as well. Get somebody like Ron Paul. He has a Liberty Report, podcast, or I'd like to get him on the show. He'd be good, If you think we hate all politicians, let's get Ron Paul on the show. If he's out there listening right now, let's get him, or Jesse Ventura, former governor of Minnesota.
Jesse Ventura, I'm not too sure about. I sort of think he's flaky.
No, he's actually a legit guy, man. He moved to a different country because they was trying to mess with him bad because he exposed a lot of stuff. He's actually a good guy. From everything I've seen, the media and stuff want to character assassinate a guy like that. Anybody that will speak, boldly and firmly about underhand doings with, federal or state governments. I respect somebody like that. I mean, you got to be, somebody has to have the balls to say what needs to be said. So why not say it? Nowadays, the men in this country, I mean, I hate to say this, but the majority of them won't come out and say what has to be said and have the balls to back it up. Everybody is, sensitized and, pre-programmed, distracted that, they just believe all the bullshit and just lie down. It don't matter who you are, if you're a regular person or somebody that's in a position of government or whatever, do the right thing. Morality over conformity. Simple as that. Constitution over tyranny. I mean, how hard is it? If you love your country, if you really love your country and you don't want to see your fellow, American, your, little kids, get harmed. Because a lot of little kids, with your experience, you tell everybody with your experience, a lot of little kids get, in a crossfire and it, it's not right. It ain't.
What the hell's that noise? Buzzing like a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, all it comes down to be a human being, do the right thing. It don't matter if you're a regular person like me or Rich, or if you're a police officer or somebody in the military, do the right thing. Don't do something because you're told to do it, although, it could be wrong. It's the God natural law, treat human beings with respect, love one another. Instead of all this hate and division bullshit that's going on, we should all have each other's backs, because the real evil is the ones that have this unchecked power and unbalanced power that is pushing all this Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 bullshit down our throats. People should stand up, man. I mean, I shared a good video that what's your name, Dolly, sent in our room about the UN and the Agenda 21. Because if they're successful with this, I mean, kiss your freedoms goodbye and your life as you know it. You won't have nothing. You won't be happy. You'll be a slave forever.
Yeah.
If you think I'm BSing about it, there is a woman. Her name is, you got that video I sent you? She's from California. She used to be a former person in the government, state government there. See how they're implementing this Agenda 21, 2030 is on the local levels, where they want to control all the water, all the resources, even actually people. They want to control you as a person. They think you are cattle. That's how they think of you. They want to control the police.
Bullshit.
They want to control. They want to control the air, the food. It's a bunch of bullshit, man. If you want to be a free human being, be a free human being. And yeah, I'll probably get censored for that, but that's what I say about it. I'm tired of it. Because, you have a kid, and all these other, people have kids out there, whether, you're a cop or somebody like me or you, they shouldn't have to go through this communist bullshit they're trying to shove down our throats. And I'm speaking from the heart, I'm trying to wake people up. I'm trying to, I mean, it's evil, man. It's evil. If I had, like these people who are pushing this agenda, I would do good things with it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a job. You would. I'll talk to you that off air, but yeah. So these sons of bitches are put in place. Like I said, I called that. I told them. I said these sons of bitches are cherry picked. We already see what the legislators are doing. I just proved it. They're letting Jim Justice run rampant. There's already people that he's already fired before the top health official. He's fired several people because if you don't do what you're told, you're not going to have a job. So I don't care who's in the legislators. I don't care who they're corrupt, all of them. I don't give a shit who it is.
I want to defend those people he fired. That's a bunch of bullshit. They're doing the right thing. Let them do
the people he fired, yes, they were legitimately good people. But I'm talking these pieces of shit that are in here now that are all over Facebook, all constitutional rights. Give me a break, man. Come on, you haven't done anything.
I'll tell you right now, I'll tell it straight up, no matter who is listening or watching. If you're about the Constitution, don't talk about it, be about it. And don't talk about Constitution this, Constitution that. You don't know the damn Constitution, and you don't freaking reinforce the Constitution because your actions show your tyranny.
Yeah, we gotta also remember that people aren't understanding. I'll get this out real quick. That people aren't understanding that there's a difference between state laws, state constitution, and the United States Constitution and the United States laws, constitutional laws. People, because no, they can't come. People are confused about that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking
well, a lot of people are confused. Confused about it is, they rather listen to somebody with a suit and tie, somebody has billions and millions of dollars, rather than somebody that's speaking from the heart, is speaking the true facts. They'd rather see something because it's more appealing to them. That's what it is. It's more appealing to them than somebody with a fancy tie and a tuxedo that has a freaking Lamborghini and a mansion, rather than somebody with some trailer park that's just, trying to make an honest, living, getting by. They'd rather believe somebody that's rich and snobby and, that has that, fame, rather than somebody that speaks, true facts and don't, sugarcoat any fact. And that's what people aren't comprehending. They're like, it's like nostalgia. They get like a high off of it or something. It's hard to explain. And, it's not completely all their fault. It's, the system the last 50, 60, 70, 80 years, the educational system and the institutes have been, infiltrated to indoctrinate generation after generation. And then that's why you got a lot of people think a certain way and act a certain way, because they think big brother is going to solve all their problems for them, when really, we keep electing the same old big brother type people that doesn't solve any problems. They talk a good game, but they don't back it up. Yeah, they can put documents out there, but not all the signatures and the fine print is in the documents, and the action to follow through with that document is not backing it up either.
Yeah.
But I'll speak out for the good, the veterans and the good military and the police out there. It's a bunch of bull crap how y'all are treated like dogs as well. Think about it. Once you get out of the military and retire, your old big brother government wants to not give you your benefits that you deserve, or they want to make threats to you. They'll defund you if you don't do something that that you don't really want to do, that violates the Constitution that you're supposed to protect and serve. And I'm taking up for y'all, so remember that when you see this. All you good ones out there.
Yeah.
Because we're all human beings. That's what we are. We should treat each other like human beings. God, natural law, and the Constitution. That's the two things that matter. But something else I wanted to bring to the forefront. So with those needles, I told you about the needles already. You see, we got Shelley Moore Capito, got Pence, we got the two people that supposedly took the shot the other day, which it looked like to me from the angle that I saw it that needle didn't inject an arm. There's two things that's real telling about that. Usually when you get an injection in your arm, don't you bleed a little bit? And does it swell up like a little bump? Well, I didn't see nothing like that. So that's one thing, because I had shots before. The second thing is you usually squint your eyes like that, but they was just had a smile on their face, like nothing even bothered them. So that's two things right there. That's how I caught them in the act. It's not only psychology, but it's facial expression and body language as well. I can read that pretty good.
Well, so we can go back over the game. So yeah, me and Kelly went to the. She's awesome, dude. She is so cool, supportive, very supportive. But anyway, so we go back over these games again because it was on my. So I got back. So I wanted to go. Like I said, I wanted to go to GameStop last fucking week. They had a bunch of games for like 99 cents. We went today. Me and Kelly went today. So got the Madden 17. 99 cents. I gotta go look on here. Just wanted to do this. 99 cent. Mike's going, damn, dude. This is, I don't even have, this, I don't even know what the hell this is. I gotta look this up. Starlink Battle for Atlas. 99 cents. I don't give a damn, dude. Now this is a good game. I had this for the computer. This was $4.99, but still Evil Within. Survival horror. Battlefield 1. 99 cents. And FIFA Soccer. 99 cents. So only the devil or shit comparing where the most of these games are so freaking. I don't know if I'll ever get a PS or I want to get like a PS5, but I don't got that type of money. Not even close, bro. You know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. See,
hopefully you can get in the government, man. If you can get in the government, you got my vote, man, because you're a good dude. And, your heart's in the right place. It's not about doing,
shit.
Anything and everything because, you get paid a lot of money. It's about doing the right thing, That's what you're all about. That's what I'm all about, doing the right thing.
Shit, you know how much that game is? You know how much this game is?
How much?
How much this is starting? I got this for 99 cents. Let me see the condition. I'll tell you how much son of a bitch and get how much this game costs. Pretty good damn condition right there. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but I mean, it's good. This game was $60, bro, at one time.
All right.
Yeah, bro. I don't even know. I said it said 99 cents. I said, that's mine. And I do that with the snuff can. Them good old boys like, hey, boy. He's got one dude. Never mind. I ain't going to go over that. What the fuck is this? I've never even seen this before. Never even heard of the game. And so that was a $60. Let's see. Where did I see it for $60? Yeah, so it was up to 60, 50. So yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, even if the game. Okay, let me see this. Let me see if I can find a video on this, and then we'll. Oh shit, I can't do that because I got you on the screen. But I wanted to see the. Paste. Come on, you son of a bitch. I was trying to see exactly what it looks like because I've never even heard of it. So let's see. YouTube. So what's new, bro? Anything else? Ooh, that's sort of pretty looking.
I'm sitting there trying to think. Yeah, there's a lot of extreme side effects. A couple people, not only from somebody I know personally with the vaccine, but some people in the United States, a bunch of people in UK. As soon as a lot of people had severe side effects and stuff, the company Pfizer decided to slow down, pushing out, all the vaccines all at once. But not only that, don't you find it awfully fishy? Like I find it awfully fishy that, they have a no liability clause that you can't sue them after you take the vaccine.
That's what you said. Well, if
That's
you
right there.
you got to sign,
Fishy as heck.
well, probably got to sign some type of consent form, which when you sign that, so.
And I guess if it comes down to it, I hate to say this, and probably for wrong ears hear this. I'd rather die than take it. Because I don't believe in that. Something that is man-made, and then from a company that has all them lawsuits against them and the agenda behind it, then putting all that crap in there and little nanobots, it won't make a person human anymore. You know what I mean? It's like you lost your soul, pretty much. Once you're controlled like that, you don't have a soul. I want to have a soul and do good things rather than be controlled and do bad things.
This is just a weird looking fucking game. Yeah. What the fuck?
I mean, I sent you the research on the page. I know it sounds crazy, but I've been digging into this. I've been following it the last 10 years or so. They've been talking about robotics, and there's movies out there, like I mentioned before, that science fiction films that they want to put robots and stuff in your body, monitor your every move, all that bullshit. It's in.
Crackheads Going Wild 2 Subway series. I want to see what the.
Yeah.
So that was a $60 game. Let's see. Go ahead, bro.
So what I'm trying to, paint out a picture here. I want everybody to see a big picture. Humanity, the balance of humanity of the whole planet is at stake because we as humanity are allowing this bullshit to happen in front of us. And that's a fact. A lot of us are, too conditioned, and we rely on the teat of mommy and daddy government. Everybody's been, obedient and controlled, preconditioned and programmed to rely on that. And I say, when I say, break the invisible shackles and chains. And if you want to save, yourself and your own life and who you care about, then everybody stand up and rise up against this evil.
Yeah.
That's my message.
If
you sit there and keep allowing, then you think everything's going to be okay, then when the time does come, you're not going to be okay.
Don't tell me this is I'll bet you this is. Let me see. Yeah.
I'll admit right now I'm not perfect. I don't got all, I don't have the correct answer sometimes, or I don't get it right all the time, but my heart's in the right place. And
well, yeah, you are, Mike. You are perfect because comparing to what these other crooks are freaking doing. So yeah, you are actually perfect. Yeah. So you're not out here, ripping people off.
Right.
Madness.
But I'm saying I don't always get it right, and I'm off a little bit sometimes. But with this, what I'm talking about, from the heart being genuine, being authentic about what I'm saying, I'm just trying to wake people up. And we're in a war, people. We're in a freaking war. We're in a psychological war. We're in a spiritual war. We're in a technological war, and we're in a eugenics war. That's what we're facing. as soon as y'all realize by, what me and Rich is putting out there, as soon as y'all realize that, you need to like, hey, yeah, these guys sound crazy right now, but months or weeks later, they'd be like, these guys are right. We should have listened.
Yeah, this is off subject, but I'm watching them. So I got that Madden 17, so I'm actually watching the YouTube video. What the hell was that? Chiefs, Giants versus the Chiefs gameplay, but they're like out in the snow and it's snowing. That looks bad as hell. So I'm just looking at that. Run, you son of a bitch. Run like you stole them hubcaps, you fucker.
Oh, I'll tell you something else I found out. The local state governments, I'll tell you what they're doing during this pandemic. They've been hoarding up food in the grocery store. Yeah. They've been putting it in storage to put, supposedly to put it in food banks. So I wonder why they're doing that. Do you remember an article, have you went back in history where they used food as a weapon against populations?
I don't. I think.
All right, so think about the same thing back in history. Go back in history, and you hear about a war tactic using food as a weapon. Well, when things get low at the grocery store, well, they're actually buying it out and storing it so they can control everybody. That way, where they got the food, people live not out in the country or whatever, they're going to make people, just go in there on their hands and knees and beg, and then get them to do whatever. It's a tactic, y'all, I'm telling you.
People ain't waking up, man.
You might say, oh, that's a conspiracy theory, fake news, whatever. Have you been to your local grocery store lately and you see bare shelves? You think I'm bullshit? Keep sitting on your hind end. And then you'll see.
What do you think that these toilet paper companies made? They got all those.
I don't know.
Fucking people are people are just dumb, just flat dumb. Because you're not a conspiracy. There's no such thing as a conspiracy theory when there's evidence. So it wouldn't even be called a conspiracy. It'd be like, I don't know what you would call it. It wouldn't be. I mean, it would be a conspiracy fact, but it wouldn't be. There would be no conspiracy in the title. You know what I'm saying? So what would that be called if there's? Well, it wouldn't be a conspiracy. So there's evidence, so you can throw the conspiracy out.
A conspiracy fact.
Well,
it's evidence.
Yeah, but if it wouldn't, there would be no. How would I say? I mean, there wouldn't be, since it's not a conspiracy wouldn't even be, the word wouldn't even exist. I don't know what the hell you would call. I know what you're saying by conspiracy fact. That's something that we counter when they're calling us conspiracy theorists. It's a conspiracy fact.
Yeah, and what the thing about that we're trying to get people aware of is your mainstream media and your puppet politicians are the conspiracy theorists. They're pointing fingers.
So we're not
the truth. They're pointing fingers at the truth community and censoring the truth community and calling them conspiracy theorists. So that way they deflect the attention off of them onto the truth community. That way people keep buying into the bullshit and believing the lie.
Mm-hmm. Well, then we wouldn't be conspiracy theorists. We're not conspiracy theorists.
I know, but they're using psychology on the truth community.
Yeah, well, I'm saying is that people can go around and say, well, whatever, but we are not conspiracy theorists. We have nothing to do with conspiracies. That's not a conspiracy when there's evidence.
Right.
So we don't. What's conspiracy theories is the damn news, all the shit that they put out in the news. That's conspiracy.
Oh, yeah. It's just like saying this. I mean, how, like you said, there a while back, you was talking about 100 cases, or almost no cases with over West Virginia University. And then 15 days later, you got 10,000 cases. How can you get proof
Yeah.
from basically out of nothing to get 10,000 cases? And there's something else I found out about the PCR test. I read an article or I seen something online that with the PCR test, it's been admitted by one of the government official entities. I think it was CDC or the WHO, one of the two. They admitted that the PCR test puts out a lot of false positives. So, bam.
Yeah, because
that's on their own site.
So if you think about it, how would the coronaviruses exist when they're the exact same diagnosis as the flu, as a cough, as a runny nose?
And I don't pick that apart. Is they're using a form of coronavirus. They're not telling you which coronavirus. They're marking that particular coronavirus, whether if it's a cold or flu or whatever, or even a sinus infection or allergy. They're marking it down as COVID. That's how they're also hyperinflating the numbers as well to make it more believable, so people can buy into it even more and more. And there's been doctors that come forward and they lost their license and got banned. So what does that tell you, people? We're living a freaking big circus. It's a worldwide circus.
Same thing. Well, we're reporting our facts. We're not reporting like something that we believe is true. Right. We have evidence. We've posted that bullshit, so people can. So we're not. So what the? So we're not conspiracy theorists. Oh, here was the Wuhan bat. This was the fucking. Come on, people.
And think about it. I did the research on the Wuhan bat. In order for you to get infected by the animal, this is how it works. You can bite a bat. Listen, I did the research. You can bite a bat and you won't get a disease from the bat. But if the bat bites you, or you'll get the disease by the bat. Or if you had something injected from the bat into a needle and it's injected into you, you'll get the disease. But not if you eat or bite the bat. I've done research that. Look that up as well.
Because the bite or being injected is going straight into your bloodstream, whereas if you were to ingest the bat, it is going into your stomach, and your stomach acid would break down anything.
Yeah.
See? Common sense busted.
Mike,
what?
Can I borrow $20 from you, man? I'll get
Until you can pay.
Yeah, man. That's fine.
That's in 2 days.
Right.
I told him I didn't think you'd have a problem with it.
No, that's fine. But yeah, they're trying to lie about the bat thing, but I busted them. That's actual science and health. That's facts and knowledge right there. Look that up.
The stomach acid is a lot like battery acid. It will break down anything that isn't at the local.
Yeah, so it wouldn't go in the bloodstream. So she's saying it wouldn't go in the bloodstream.
Yeah, if you eat something like that, it goes down into your stomach, and your stomach acid eats it.
Yeah, it breaks it down.
But if it goes into the bloodstream, if you was actually bitten by a diseased animal or a bat or whatever, then yeah, you can get infected with illness and get sick.
Yeah, because it's going into your bloodstream.
Yeah. She's just like being punctured with a needle or something, like getting a flu shot.
Exactly.
But evidently, I guess the WHO or Cat Corporation think dummies, and they want to say the Wuhan virus came from China from somebody eating a freaking bat.
Do you understand what I'm saying, though?
It's common sense, man. It's all it is, right?
Yeah.
It's common freaking sense. You can't, if you eat something, you might get food poisoning, worse. Something. Or worms or something from it, but you're not going to die from a disease.
I've had worms when I was a kid.
But your stomach, your stomach acid will break it down because it's not injected to your bloodstream.
Yeah.
We caught worms.
But that got me thinking too, thinking about injections. What do they got in, other than what I mentioned? What else do they have in that needle?
Because when I was a baby, I couldn't have nothing but breast milk.
No.
Well, they're calling COVID a black psyop. Calling COVID-19 a black psyop.
Exactly. And then, but they're talking in discussion now. I heard reports out of Japan or something that was talking about another second wave coming. But this virus is 70 or 80% more deadly. Well, it would be deadly if they release it like through air or something like that, and we inhale it in, or something that bites us, gets into our bloodstream. That'd be the only way that is believable. Other than that, because like I said before, in the past during World War II Germany, we got the idea of biological warfare from the Germans. So, yeah, they can create something and release it. But other than that, them just, what they're talking about, the Wuhan bat, that's a bunch of BS.
So, I mean, yeah. So if you go on to like the fact check, it's not a fact because they don't post no evidence to support that shit. They're making allegations but they're not backing any facts. It's not a fact until there's evidence. You can't. Statement of facts, it's only a statement of fact or facts if there's supporting evidence. So on this fact check, you know what I'm talking about, the fast check? Who did you say ran this? George Soros? Was he the creator of this? So.
Actually, a group of people, but the two main grand facilitators that I research that keeps time to each time, the two main individuals that are the heads of this COVID pandemic is Mr. Gates himself and the Rockefeller Foundation from Event 201. Because remember there a while back, was it last year before last?
Yeah.
Mr. Pompeo, he was in a conference and he said something about a live exercise, and Trump whispered to him, he's like, how come you didn't tell me about it? A live exercise. What does that tell you? Event 201 was a live exercise. They was discussing how they could get the globe, world population, how to get them fearful to consent to orders that are given by state, world government. Orders that are given by, state, world.
Just checking the audio feed.
Because you can look this up, people. Event 201 and then Operation Lockstep. Operation Lockstep has been in the works for, since 1913, around the era of the Spanish flu, because David Rockefeller's dad and Bill Gates' dad, they had this in the works on documentation through Operation Lockstep. So they've been planning this for about 100 years or nearly 100 years.
Yeah.
As we had more breakthroughs in technology and science, then that's when they're able to make this more possible. Plus using the news, pushing out propaganda and fear mongering and all that. That's how it's more, more convincing, because all the technology and the propaganda being pushed.
Yeah.
But do we got any audience that want to ask you questions?
I don't think we got an audience. I don't think there's there was one person that was viewing, that we don't got that anymore now. Now we got one watching, I think. Hell shit, I don't know. Or is this a different one? No, this is yeah, I don't know. People want to listen to these. Oh, we got 2 watching. Oh shit. Hell, I don't know, bro.
I'll put it to you this way. I think people will start listening once it happens. I mean, everything starts happening more and more what we're talking about. We'll start listening. That's my honest opinion about it.
Well, it's going to take a lot of people dying and finally, figuring out, like, people don't. That's the thing about it is people don't. I mean, basically, I got to the point if you tell somebody and they don't want to listen, then let them find out the consequences. Because you just make matters worse when you're trying, keep on it, and with somebody, it just makes matters worse. So if they don't want to listen, they can find out for themselves.
Exactly. And we're not on here saying viruses ain't real. Yeah, it's real, but the majority of your viruses is lab made and made by the same people that are telling you to social distance, to wear your mask, to take the vaccine. The same people are behind it. That's what we're trying to point out as well.
Yeah. I'm probably
you heard about chemical warfare. It's not really that far fetched. It happened throughout, history, American history. Biological warfare, World War II. I mean, you can keep looking this stuff up. I mean, we're not making this stuff up. It's part of history. And it's common sense to connect the dots, if you follow history to what's happening now.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the documentation, you can find it in historical documents. You can find it in UN documents. You can find it in Rockefeller Foundation documents, Bill Gates. You can tie all this stuff together if you do extensive research. But a lot of people are just, I don't know, they're complacent and lazy. They don't want to look at, up all that stuff and put it together. That's what it all boils down to. They'd rather have somebody like the mainstream media or people, rich people in suit and ties tell them than look it up for themselves. It's like they can't think for themselves. So cognitive dissonance, takes control like possession over their body. It's just a flaw to a lot of humanity. And I'm not saying that to down anybody, but it's the truth of the matter. It's just like when somebody argues over politics. Well, the Republicans are better than the Democrats, or the Democrats are better than the Republicans. They're both, in on it pretty much. You hear me?
Yeah. I'm just getting tired. Well, how long have we been doing this? 53? Let's probably go for about an hour. Got a little bit more. I'm just getting tired.
Oh, you're getting tired?
Yeah.
So you want to wrap it up?
Yeah. All right.
Well,
this is Richard Provost.
This is Michael McClure. Remember, fight for freedom and never back down.
All right, Mike. Yeah, I'm probably going to go to bed, bro. You're welcome, bro.
All right. Have a good one.
You too, man. Peace.